What's up, everybody, and welcome to ITG Daily, the show that brings you the hottest in gaming news. I'm Drew Bosley. You can catch me on Twitter at ArtisticGamer28, and that's the one, the only. It is Scott Savage. You can find him on Twitter at Savage. Scott, what's happening today, buddy?
Oh man, I've been playing so much Neon Abyss. The game from must have been 2 or 3 years ago we took a look at.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm hooked.
just dove right in. Dude, I checked out...
Sometimes you take a second pass on these games, and
Yeah.
they're almost more fun the second time.
Yeah, that's actually true. Dude, I'm back into Valhalla. Didn't see that one coming, I'm gonna be honest. Here I am, 107 hours later. So besides playing that, I've checked out Midnight Fight Express.
Oh yeah, we were talking about that one.
I'm not too far in. I just kind of got to I think it's your apartment or your hideout or something like that. So things are about to open up, but so far pretty simplistic, but kind of cool. So I'll keep people posted on that. But for now, people can join us live every day, Monday to Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, over on twitch.tv/the official ITG, as well as YouTube at ITG. But if you can't join us live, hit us up later. InsideTheGame.ca, podcast services, and TV streaming networks around the globe. Scott, coming up on today's show, it's an interesting one, of course. Square Enix may have shut off some of their Western studios, but looks like they're opening up a new one. What? Yeah, the game everywhere, a new game from the GTA producer, may include NFTs. I called that right from the showcase. And Smash Bros.
NFTs are everywhere.
And Smash Bros. Creator has a new YouTube channel, Scott. Yeah, we're getting into that one too. Let's get into it. Square Enix may be opening a new Western branch called... Dude, how would you... Studio Oma? Right?
Onoma? Yeah.
What? This comes from David on PSU.
I think the beginning is stressed. Onoma.
Yeah, well, we'll go with that. A trademark application spotted on the Canadian... Dude, I almost like Canadian Tire. Canadian trademark database by website BGC points to a new studio called Studio Onoma, likely being a new Western studio from Square Enix. You know, if those who don't recall, they just shut off Square Enix Montreal, IDOS Montreal. Who else did they get rid of? Crystal Dynamics. Dude, they just got rid of a ton of Western studios. And now they're about to open up a new one. Let's get into it. The application is a London-based Square Enix company, Square Enix Nuco Limited, and the fact that the application showed up in the Canadian database indicates the studio will be based in Canada, likely even Montreal.
It gets a little awkward. Do they rent out one of those studio spaces, or...
Dude, it's just weird, right? It could be possible that the studio Onoma is meant to be the sole development source for Square Enix Western's focus titles, instead of trying to manage the multiple teams it used to before it dealt with Embracer Group. That's right, because they sold off almost all of them. Quote, the publishing of computer game software and video game software, dude, it's all video games in my eyes. It's just weird. But design and development of the aspects of computer games and video games, design and development of computer software for use in the field of computer and video games, Square Enix had that to say. Dude, this is just a weird move. Once again, Scott, we continue to scratch our head at the moves of Square Enix. Yo, what is up, your Doom guide over on Twitch? Puzzled, man. I'm puzzled. How about you?
Yeah, what is this? Was this just an elaborate way to shuffle up a lot of different studio staff into a new location? But then again, these studios were sold to Embracer Group. They're for cheap. I think they're still existing on in their current form.
Absolutely, they are, right? So now they're under the Embracer Group title or brand, and which I'm very excited. Man, let's go. Square Enix Montreal over there, Crystal Dynamics now, and IDOS Montreal. Hello, Deus Ex. That's all I have to say, right? Like, let's get back into it, man. Stealth games, let's go. It's just, I'm confused. I'm really confused. I wonder if they just wanted to make it easier and go with one Western developer instead of having multiple and trying to manage all of that. And just maybe they just didn't click. Something went wrong, dude. Here's the thing. Square Enix launches a game and goes, I underperformed. It's because you had super high expectations. It's not like you launched like that's granted, right? Tomb Raider, big IP. Yeah. Deus Ex, not a small IP either. They have some big titles, but I wonder if their expectations were just way out to lunch on what they were thinking they're going to get for it. So when it comes in, they go, "Man, this kind of underperformed." It didn't underperform because it sold well, right? That's the thing. The Tomb Raider franchise sold well to a lot of other people and a lot of other developers' eyes. Obviously, Embracer Group think there's something there if they're willing to purchase them and bring them in. It's just, dude, Square Enix, what a weird company.
Well, they always keep your enemies second guessing, I guess. Never let them know your next move.
Well, it's more of Square Enix. I just think of now as Final Fantasy. What, like, you know what I mean? They do have Outriders still. They have People Can Fly under their wing as well, which is did not mean to do that. It's nice to I need some more Outriders content. I really do. I beat it. I loved it. And I went in for the Trials of Guitar and had a blast there. I even jumped back in the other night and had a great time, dude. It's so fun. I love the gameplay in that thing. It hooked me. That's for sure. So
I've been thinking about picking it up again, but didn't really affect me the first time.
It's because you gotta play with people, man. That's the hook, right? You gotta play.
I think
it's on my Xbox.
It's because I've played every Gears of War ever, and I feel like I kind of fit into the same groove. But
kinda, yeah, it does kind of have that feeling, right? That shooter cover shooter kind of experience.
Yeah, waist high walls.
Yep, very much so. And dude, I loved it. I really did. The cutscene animations really use some work, but besides that, if you can ignore that part, I had a good time. But dude, let's get into it. GTA produces new game everywhere. Might include NFTs. No kidding. What gave you that impression? This comes from Catherine over at Gaming Bible. Gamescom opening night kicked off with a whole host of exciting announcements, from the revival of Dead Island 2, Scott, which is actually happening, and now a surprising close release date, if you can believe it, to the reveal the new Tales from the Borderlands and an exciting new trailer for Hogwarts Legacy. Yo, that was man, it was a good showcase. We talked about it quickly yesterday because we had 2 hours of content to run through in half an hour. Overall impressions, Scott, of opening night live. What do you got?
The opening, the whole presentation was very good, in my opinion. There was a lot of things that just kept going, one to the next, and we commented on a slow, a bit of a lull, maybe about an hour and 10 kind of into it. But even that was short-lived, and it didn't drag on too long. So I was very impressed. They had enough to show off. Yeah, that was perhaps the only negative I have.
Dude, that in the car, the Pokemon car, did not need it. That was
it was a bit of comedic relief, but I'm not sure it needed it.
It was something. Overall, though, I thought it was well put together. A lot of hype, a lot of things going on there. World premiere is just attached to way too many things. Nate, Kyle, and myself were talking about that last night as well. We're hanging out, playing some games. So it was just one of those things. Like, dude. But it's already world premiere to me is something that's never been seen before. It's not a game we already know about with a brand new trailer. That's just another trailer for that game, right? It's not a world premiere. It's not that big spectacle.
It'll be funny if Halo Infinite comes out with a new map. Do you enter with world premiere? No, you don't. That doesn't make sense.
World premiere, another trailer, same game you already know about. Yeah, it was killer. But let's get on to the rest of the article. The show commenced with a totally fresh title from Build a Rocket Boy, a new studio co-founded by former lead developer on GTA series. From GTA 3 to GTA 5, Leslie Benez. The game is called Everywhere, and it apparently seamlessly blends gameplay, adventure, creativity, and discovery in an all-new multi-world gaming experience that redefines how players connect with one another and with the digital world around them. According to the official site, sounds pretty interesting, right? Dude, there's nothing on the site. That was it. Like, there was nothing there. I went to the site immediately. There's nothing.
That sounds like a metaverse pitch right there.
Sure does. Well, as IGN writes, not long after the announcement, some people began tweeting out to raise awareness of the fact that the studio currently has a number of open job positions available as part of their blockchain team. There you go, Scott. Well, this doesn't necessarily mean the blockchain elements, such as NFTs, definitely will be included. People have begun speculating that the claims to redefine how players connect with one another and with the digital world and focus on what it means to represent yourself digitally in a game. The title may well incorporate them in some way. Dude, I'm telling you right from the get-go, this is an NFT blockchain Web3 experience. I said it from the minute they revealed it, and I stick by it. And these job postings
I
have
really
everything
don't
to do
know
with
what
it.
I really don't know what it means to do that though, other than having a cosmetic shop. But that's every game ever now.
It is. It's tied to the difference now between your regular game and a Web3 game. In my eyes, is the ability to buy and trade on the blockchain with other people. Right? When you buy, say, the Halo, and you buy the battle pass, that skin is your skin, and you can't do anything else with it. Here, when you introduce Web3 and blockchain, if you now own that skin, you have the ability to actually, if it's set up in this manner, to be able to trade that skin to me. Right, and then vice versa. So
Now I know you haven't played RuneScape. It was a little
no,
after your time. It
yes,
sounds like a lot of people trying to sell their wares outside of a bank, which is absolutely mind-blowingly annoying to deal with. I imagine anywhere you walk, everybody's on their phone just screaming deals. It's kind of like that. I'm not sure that would become the situation, but seeing a marketplace play out in your video game isn't always as fun as it sounds.
they need to keep it separate, right? That needs to be its own little tab that you can click on if you want to go and experience it. But right now,
Yeah.
dude, how often, like myself, because we play Rainbow Six so often, dude, I always pop over to the shop to see what's new, right? So if you have that ability now in a game like this, maybe you trade in some of your stuff, get some currency, and then buy. Right now, when we play Siege and we have the battle pass, dude, that battle pass runs the season and that's it. I have it. There's nothing else I can do with it but put it on cosmetically for my upgrades, things like that. They give you in-game currency. To this day, Ubisoft, you still do not give us enough to buy the next season, which really irritates me. I have to pay an extra $6 every season, dude. It just drives me nuts. So,
That's the battle pass, a little bit of battle pass cheese that makes me bothered, but I'm worried that there's going to be an opportunity for more of that kind of, if you put in 50 more cents now,
yeah,
you can do this, but then it is never that easy.
no,
I don't know. It's so unknown that I have a hard time being excited for it. It's like live service games, but almost without the dressing.
Nate chimes in and says this has been done in games like Diablo and CS:GO, which was broken and becomes corrupt. Dude, it has to be taken care of properly. I think that's the biggest thing because it is still so new. People are still trying to find the proper way to do it. Think of it as, remember when mobile games first launched? Dude, a lot of them are crap. Still, a lot of them to this day are crap. But everybody goes, ooh, that's a mobile game. Dude, now look at mobile. Like, how many games do we play on console and mobile together? Like, it's just nuts, right? So I think it's only a matter of time before we get to that level of evolution within the franchise, within the series, within the games themselves, to get to a more comfortable state to understand what is legitimately going to happen and how it works. I think there's a lot to kind of explore and discover, and a lot of trial and error yet ahead of us. So I don't think everyone is going to do it properly. I think a lot of people are going to fumble, but it's shaping the industry right now. If you keep an eye on how things are moving, transitioning, blockchain is making a big presence to the metaverse and stuff like that, and a lot of people are switching to Web3 games. We've seen PlayStation themselves now actually put out a little survey at Evo asking about NFTs, right? Dude, everybody wants a piece of the pie.
It kind of feels like the door-to-door salesman's really trying to get in the door into the video game industry, but I'm not sure if anybody wants it there.
There are definitely some people there. I think right now the salesman has his foot in the door. I don't think his whole body's in there, but his toe is creeping right down the edge. He's almost in there.
Somebody left the door open and didn't close it right away.
Scott, this one's for you. I want you to take this next one.
Well, the Smash Brothers creator has a new YouTube channel to help make games a little more fun. That sounds quite an endeavor. Masahiro Sakurai turns to the internet to mentor the next generation of game designers. This is by Mr. Egan on Polygon, and he writes, missing your regular dose of Masahiro Sakurai since the final character reveal on Smash Bros. Ultimate last October? Well, not to worry. The director behind the Super Smash Bros. Series and the creator of Kirby has launched a new YouTube channel dedicated to sharing his knowledge of game design amassed over 3 decades in the industry. Quote, "Don't expect me to stream games or anything like that," end quote, Sakurai said in the inaugural video for the channel. Quote, "I'll instead be talking about topics like game development and what makes games fun," end quote. Sakurai has uploaded 2 other videos to the channel at the moment, a retrospective on the designer's career from 1992 to 2021. That's one I'm very interested, actually. And another video focused on the use of hit stop in Smash Bros. Ultimate to give impact to significant game moments, and how this effect can be, or has been, applied to other games, including shoot 'em ups like Defender and Fantasy Zone. So this sounds pretty interesting. He's giving a little bit of an insight onto some kind of concepts he's developed, and the man has a massive amount of history with the video game industry from 1992. That's as long as I've been on the planet. If anybody's tracking.
3 decades of knowledge, right? All of his experiences, his ups, his downs, what he's learned over that time. If you're looking to get into game dev, this is an opportunity here, and it's just on YouTube, so you can follow along and learn what works and what doesn't work from a master within the industry. Man, like, who else would you want to get? Well, you could listen to Kojima's new podcast. I'm curious to see what that's about too.
Interestingly, they're both branching into this form of media.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting time to see how all this is kind of spinning around. But if you're looking to get into game development, there's 2 people out there right now looking to kind of share their experiences, and no better way than to kind of learn from the best. So, dude, pretty cool.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping this is a sign of Nintendo loosening their grip on Sakurai just a little bit.
We will see.
It's been quite an internet joke that he's in somebody's basement for the last 20 years.
Dude, let's get into one of our highly anticipated games from Games opening night live. It was Atlas Fallen. Is not a Souls-like. Compares itself more to God of War or Horizon Forbidden West. Dude, this is my kind of game.
Yeah, that's exactly what you wanted to hear.
Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. This is awesome. This comes from Dom over at VG247. Described by the developer as a, quote, semi-open world full of ancient mysteries and threats, end quote, the game looks promising. In a behind closed doors presentation with Deck 13's game designer director Jeremy Hartvick, we also learned that players expecting something akin to 2017's The Surge or 2019's The Surge 2 should adjust their expectations. This game does not promise that same sort of experience. Instead, says Hartvick, Atlas Fallen will, quote, be more inspired by God of War or Horizon Forbidden West, end quote. But
okay,
dude, that's that is my kind of game right there. I got I'm definitely.
Well, those are both very bold kind of comparisons. To say that your game is inspired by God of War, Horizon Forbidden West, to put those names in relation is such a confident move.
Big time, absolutely. But if you're after the sort of challenge from soft-inspired games offer, don't fret. The developer notes that Deck 13's next title will launch with 3 difficulty modes, with the hardest one designed for players that are, quote, are more used to games than that the company was created before or has created before, end quote. So there is still going to be a challenge there, Scott. But yeah, a lot of people didn't quite know exactly what this game was. The opening little cinematic looked pretty cool, but then it's just, dude, like we talked about it over and over again, right? So many cinematics give you one perception. But dude, prime example, watching the showcase was Friends versus Friends, right? There was nothing, like, it just, like, what? It had one complete art style of this opening trailer, and then it led into the actual gameplay, and it was something completely different looking. And I was just, what is going on? So from a cinematic, it looks cool, but it's just a little CG movie. What does the game actually look like?
Just get a little bit. It makes sense when you're trying to get concepts out there.
Sure.
But when it comes down to actual gameplay, and I want to see what I'm kind of getting into. This is a great example. The big monster kind of aesthetic of it, it makes it look like there's, cool. You slip up once and you're gone, like Souls games. But
yeah, very much.
It seems to be a little bit more forgiving, which is hopefully a good thing.
Dude, Atlas Fallen, right? So think about Atlas itself, as a premise, is an underwater city. So everything, that's that why we're in the desert. Like, where'd the water go? I just, I'm so excited. Gotta love those games. Scott,
oh, it looks fun. It looks co-op. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, absolutely. And if they're gonna base it off of God of War or Horizon Forbidden West, I'm down for that. Scott, I got some disappointing news. I got some sad news for everybody. I'm so sorry for this, but Sony is raising PS5 prices in Europe, UK, Japan, and more due to the economic pressures and inflation. Man, what is going on, Scott? You gotta buy your PS5 as soon as possible, my man.
Price of literally everything is going up, and this follows suit. I've seen people online actually cheering this move, and I'm not sure I understand that at all.
Nope.
Not one bit.
Nope. I don't think so either. In Canada, it's going up by $20.
Okay.
So it's not huge, but it's still going up instead of going down how we're kind of used to the system. Like, the system's been out for a couple of years now, the price starts to drop, right? Or new innovative kind of iteration of the console is launched. So that's at one price, and then the older console is dropped in price. So so right now the disc-based model is $649.99 Canadian, and the digital edition is $519.99 Canadian. Scott, which one are you gonna get? When are you gonna get it? Hurry up.
I was thinking about the digital one because I forgot there even was just a digital only version. And we handle a lot of codes. It's not often physical discs.
Absolutely.
But then again, when I'm, do I want to put all my money and my information on the PlayStation Network, do that? Or I would rather just have discs.
You're not going to use it. I'll tell you, dude, I have a digital one right now. I've never used it once. Not once. No, you'll never use it. Guarantee it. Do you use it right now for your Series X?
Nah.
Yeah, there you
go. I have an Elden Ring. I have an Elden Ring disc that I put in there. Actually, it's been living in there for a couple months now.
Oh man, it's
Occupado.
An Elden Ring disc sitting in there. Really? Well, there's once in a lifetime. I don't.
Well, it's just about the only disc that you
matters.
Justify having. Yeah, exactly.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah, it does, but it just. Everything's so digital. Like my brother who lives out in the sticks, right? His internet is awful. Went digital. He's like, I don't want a disc version. I'm like, well, man, you don't have to download it then. You gotta just get into the game. He says, nope, digital. I'm like, all right, when your game gonna download? I'll see you tomorrow, he says. I'm like,
we're waving down into dial-up speed. It'll be a while.
Right? Yeah, exactly. So
is that why he's always on you? Drew, why don't you actually get these guys? You didn't kill anyone. It's all me.
Oh, here comes Nate chiming in. He goes, I'm using my Wolfenstein Old Blood disc, but it's on Game Pass, so it's kind of pointless. Yeah, it is pointless.
That's my experience when I buy it. It just ends up on Game Pass anyway.
That's right. What are you buying next, Scott? Everybody get prepared.
I haven't made up my mind. I was thinking Dying Light 2, but
there you go.
I'm waiting for a sale, actually.
Scott, we do have a couple games out today, buddy. What do we have?
We have F1 Manager 2022. That's on PlayStation 4, 5, Xbox One, XS, and PC. And we have SD Gundam Battle Alliance. That's on PlayStation 4, 5, Xbox One, XS, Switch, and PC.
Are you getting either one of these?
I haven't actually checked out this Gundam title, but Gundam is more my interest now lately, so I'm curious for sure. I've never played F1 Manager, but I have played F1, just the normal racing game.
Really? I've never been into F1 at all. It's not my kind of thing. I do like the arcade racers. Dude, Forza Horizon.
Pull the steering wheel.
Oh, that's a whole different game, though, right? That's a whole different ball game when you pull out the steering wheel. Everything changes then.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Forza 5 is too hard for me.
Oh, man, I spend more time grinding my car into the side than anything else. Yeah. I like Horizon.
That reminds me of when I played Pod Racer for the first time.
Oh, dude, will we ever get another one of those?
Oh, I wish. I don't think so. I think it's about 20 years too late.
I'm afraid so. But Scott, that's going to wrap up today's show, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. This has been ITG Daily, the show that brings you the hottest in gaming news. You can always join us live at 11 a.m. Eastern over on twitch.tv/theofficial ITG. as well as YouTube at ITG. But if you can't join us live, hit us up later inside the game.ca podcast services and TV streaming networks around the globe. Until tomorrow, everybody, I'm Drew, that's Scott. We'll see you inside the game.